I do feel a lot better today. Like, I thought yesterday, I'm like, I gotta text Bobby. I'm not gonna be able to do the show. Like, I didn't do apparently this week.
Mm-hmm.
And then today I woke up, I'm like, I'm feeling all right. Like, I definitely am still really sick, but I'm definitely, believe it or not, I'm way better than I was, so.
But you can't leave after your first episode, because then it makes people think that, like, because the last person that did an episode
I know,
and
right?
missed the next week got replaced. So then they would think, like, oh my God,
wrong impression.
Bobby kicked Chelsey out already. Like, what the hell's going on here?
What is wrong with Bobby? He keeps kicking these people off his show.
I kicked nobody off the show, mind you. That did not happen. Lawyers kick people off the show, not me.
That's fair. Lawyers suck.
Yeah, lawyers are shit.
Except for Saul Goodman.
Yeah, I gotta watch that. I gotta buy that season pass. I'll buy it this weekend and start watching. Because I don't have cable TV. Do you know that?
Honestly...
Netflix is behind.
Oh, maybe. See, and I don't care. Like, I just watch...
Like, the new episode... Well, yeah, but the new episodes are out. And I like that show a lot, so I would like to watch it, like, kind of live and keep up with it. Speaking of watching it live and kind of keeping up with it, Big Brother, man, where are you at with this show? You know, let's start the show. What the hell's going on here? We're wasting topics here. We're wasting conversation here.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, come on.
All right, let's go.
Bobby, be better at your job.
Okay, my bad. I apologize. I will try to be better. You would think after Toby and Sean I would be better at this, but...
I know, especially after Sean.
What is up, everybody, and welcome to episode 3 of Breaking Bells. I am Bobby, the Nintendo Guru, joined by the lovely Chelsey Capri. What is up, Chelsey?
Bobby, I'm sick. I'm just gonna bitch about that the whole episode on how crappy I feel, if that's okay.
That's okay. Listen, you can do whatever you want to do.
All right, sweet.
I'm not gonna get upset. I'm not gonna get mad. You do.
Everyone else, anyone that listens to the show is like, I have a significant other that already complains way too much about when they're sick. I don't need to listen to this show. So
you're allowed. You're allowed to. You're allowed to. I'm gonna try to switch headsets while we're doing this. So, but you're allowed to. You're allowed to be upset or sick or whatever you want to call it. Like, that's fine.
I'm gonna do my best not to like snort and sniff and like do gross
that
things
would be
as much as possible.
That would be a huge plus. I think the listeners would enjoy that portion.
Yeah. It's been tough. It's been tough. My nose is like a faucet right now. It's good times, you know.
That's never nice. That's never good.
You know what else isn't nice that women complain about that I've never had an issue with is heartburn during pregnancy. Never had it with Link. I've never had heartburn. I've never experienced it. I have the worst in my life. I waited for the switch there to finish that sentence.
That was good. I like how you did that. That was pretty awesome. I got heartburn today pretty bad. As I got older, my heartburn has been really jacking me up. When I was younger, I never had an issue. But
I gotta tell you, when people bitch about heartburn, I'm like, oh, suck it up there, princess.
Oh, it gets bad.
And now I have it, and I have it so bad. Like, it feels like it's burning my esophagus. I'm like, wow, no, people deserve to be upset about this.
Yeah, my brother one time couldn't get rid of it. Like, it was like for days, weeks, he couldn't get rid of it. And he was like taking all kinds of stuff. And finally they were like, you gotta, like, you need to go stop eating a bunch of stuff. Because it was just like he was eating spicy stuff and it like just, it jacked him up.
Spicy though.
I know. Like,
and I love Diet Pop too, as you know.
Yes.
And that's a bad one for it as well. So I've been cutting off the pop a little bit and.
It's soda.
Right, whatever.
Don't no. Just because you're sick doesn't mean you get to call things the wrong name.
It's still pop.
It's not. It's soda. Okay? It's soda. Stop with this nonsense.
Whatever. You know, I'm too sick to even argue with you today.
I know. I love it. I love it. I can win everything right now. Okay, so I wanted to ask you a question. Because this is Breaking Bells, but we also are going to talk a little Big Brother. Because
oh, nice.
Where are you at right now? Like, are you caught up?
Today is Wednesday, right?
Today's Wednesday.
So Sean and
So there's actually an episode tonight airing, right?
Yeah.
Wednesday and tomorrow. Okay, yeah.
So we're totally caught up because Sean and I, typically during the week, we just cannot find the time to watch Big Brother. So it's kind of nice. On Sunday, we binge watch the 3 episodes. Mm-hmm. Which is fun to do because then you see like the HOH and the
you can see it all.
that.
You can see it, yeah.
It's awesome.
You don't have to wait for it. You don't sit there and go like, oh, why are they doing this? What
I know.
Let's like get it all right in.
So we have picks. Like we always pick at the beginning of the season, which is hilarious to do because you don't know anything about them.
You don't know anybody. Yeah.
So we did our picks a little late this year. We picked, I think, like maybe third-ish episode in,
mm-hmm.
and so it's Sean, his brother, and me. Mm-hmm. And I picked Tyler and Sam.
Wow.
I really liked Sam
mm-hmm.
a lot. Like she is a lot like me.
Mm-hmm.
Which now I don't like admitting to because now she's gone a little off into the deep end there.
Yeah, she's a little much.
But she's you know what? I appreciate her game because she's very much like, this is me. And this is how I am too. I'm very like, and this is why a lot of girls don't like me because a lot of girls want you to sugarcoat things a little bit more. And I get that because I want girls to sugarcoat things with me, but I'm not one to sugarcoat things with others.
Yeah.
And whereas guys are good. They're like, cut through the
just tell me,
just tell me how it is.
Exactly.
And that's how she is, and I like that. Yeah. But she's maybe going a little crazy with this stuck in a house sort of thing, which would also be me.
yeah. So for me, it's messed up because I see Tyler or Angela probably winning it all.
I think so too. I honestly think they'll be final 2.
But I love Brett.
I love Brett. Is my brother-in-law. I love
him.
I want him to win because I can't not see him as Jake, my brother-in-law. Mm-hmm. And it makes me go like, man, Jake would be awesome on this show. He could because that's him. He's just like, very personable. Maybe jokes to the point where you're like, maybe it took that a little far, but it's still funny.
You know what I like about him? This is the truth. How far back do you go? Like with Big Brother, like when did you start watching?
Far. So Sean and I started dating in, I always screw this up and he always gets upset about it.
Oh, whatever, Sean.
We started dating in 2011.
Okay.
And that was my first, it was either 2010 or 2011. I think 2011. And that was the first time I had ever seen an episode of Big Brother because all of his friends would get together
and watch it
for Big Brother parties. And I'm like, what is this garbage? What are you watching?
Yeah.
And you watch, you're like, this is just, I can't even believe that these adults are watching this show.
That's how I used to feel too.
And then about halfway through the season, I'm like, okay, like, kind of cheering for people. And then, like, the next season, I'm like, I am on.
I know, man. It's crazy, right? That's how I was. The first year, the first year I started watching was season 2. So I started way back.
Way ahead of me, yeah.
And my cousin was really into it. And she was like, I remember we were at my mom's house, and I was upstairs, I had my own bedroom up in my mom's house. I had 2 rooms, actually. One was like a living room type thing, and one was like my bedroom. And I'm sitting there, and she comes and she goes, can I watch Big Brother? I'm like, no, you're not watching Big Brother here. Like, I don't watch Big Brother. She's like, no, I just got to see who gets put up nominated. And I'm like, oh my God. And so I let her turn it on, and I'm drawing. I used to have a drafting table, and I'm drawing. And all of a sudden, I like, start getting hooked on it.
Hooks you.
Like, and I'm like, who is this jerk Will Kirby? I hate this guy. And, like, I hated him. And then midway through the season, I fell in love with him. And I'm like, I love this. And Brett reminds me so much of Dr. Will. Like,
see, and that's Tyler for me. Tyler is, when I saw, like, his interview stuff, I'm like, this guy needs to go, like, right away. I do not like this dude.
Yeah.
And, like, he's way smarter than he came off with, like, his interviews and at the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
Oh, it's such a good show.
Did you ever see the year that they, like, brought everybody back and they did, like, I don't want to say a reunion, but it was like, I forget what they call it. Oh, All-Stars. They called it All-Stars. Big Brother All-Stars.
I think that was before my time.
Oh my God, it was the most amazing season ever.
Because I've seen seasons where they bring back, like, players.
They'll bring players back, but this was like they brought
Dang.
one person back, at least one person from every year. So they brought back Dr. Will and Mike Boogie.
Oh,
right?
Yeah, that was 2006. That was way before my time.
So I'm watching the first episode, right? And I was like, Dr. Will and Mike Boogie, they're up on the top just ahead of the HOH room, just outside that little thing, and they're up there and they're kind of chuckling and like, and they're like just talking to each other, and then like a couple of the people that are like they think they're big dog players, like from past seasons, they're like, oh, what are you two doing? And they're like, oh, we're just picking out who's going to go out of the house first, who's going to be, and everybody's like targeting them to go first. Like, they're going to get Boogie and Mike, or Boogie and Will out first. And they just manipulate the hell out of the house week by week by week by week by week, and just wind up going all the way to the end. And then he loses like a couple weeks prior, and then Mike winds up winning the whole thing. But the funniest moment of that was they would do these diary room sessions together. If you could just go on YouTube and go watch them together, they do this thing where they would call each other, and they would be talking to each other like they're talking on the phone, and they're in the same room, but they're talking to each other. And the funniest was they're in an alliance, right, with these people, and they're doing this thing where you're all laying on your backs, and you hold up a sign to bid, and you have so much money to bid. Well, their alliance member is up on the block, and they got picked, so it's like 4 against 2, and there's no reason why their alliance shouldn't win the power veto. But as you're bidding on like vacations and money and all this stuff. So they're sitting there, laying there, and they're like $5,000 up for bid, and like Will's bidding on the $5,000, and you're supposed to like have the most money in your pocket when you leave, and because you're going to try to bid on the power veto, so you want to have the most money so you can bid on the power. And they're bidding on all this crap, right? Like, I think Boogie won like a trip to Hawaii and stuff, right? So they're in the HOH and they're all depressed, and they're like, "Did you win the power veto?" He's like, "No, I won $5,000." He's like, "Did you win the HOH?" "No, I won a trip to Hawaii." And then they both look at the camera like this, and they just start falling out laughing. It is the funniest stuff ever. God. You gotta go just watch it one time.
I'll have to watch it. Sean used to do like a beer fest sort of thing.
Yes,
not sort of thing. Like that's what he did.
He told me about that.
And they had like a diary room at the event. It was pretty funny.
Yeah. Well, with the new baby, I thought that was the coolest thing when you did the announcement. With Link and stuff, and like
I thought that was pretty good.
You set it all up, like the whole thing was like Big Brother. So I was like, that is amazing. We're like 10 minutes in. People are probably like, we don't care about Big Brother. Shut up.
This is the thing with Big Brother. There's no like in betweeners.
Yeah, you either love it or you hate it. Yeah,
or you hate it.
Yeah,
and I kind of like that about that.
I do too. I do too. I love that shit. This year is really good though. Like the past couple of seasons, I've been just like, I don't want to watch this. And it took me, honestly, a couple weeks to get into it. And now I'm just like all in. And the crazy thing is I don't have cable here at the house.
Oh, yeah. See, that's like the main reason we have cable.
I bought CBS Access, right? So it's $10 a month, and I get every episode. I can also watch it live because there is a live feed on the app. But the nice thing is I get the house. I can watch the live feeds on the house anytime I want.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
It's kind of cool. It's kind of neat.
It's cool, but I bet it's really boring all at the same time.
It is. You gotta like really sit there for hours on end for anything good to happen. But they do really focus in on the game talk a lot. Like you'll see two people like kind of laying around and they're just talking game. And then you'll occasionally get people just talking nonsense. But it's really actually a lot of fun.
Okay, but in all seriousness, Tyler and Angela, do you think they're going to hook up during the show, or do you think they're going to be smart enough to at least wait?
I think they're having a hard time fighting it now. I think it's only a matter of time, man. I think it's only a matter of time.
Sean right away is like, they should be a couple. I'm like, they would be a cute couple. Yeah. And then like this last episode, they're like just like talking about it. I'm like, oh, I kind of want them to get together.
I think they're going to get together. I don't know. They're really
smart though.
Yeah, they're so smart, man. They got it together. They're just like mowing through people. I'm like, this is amazing. Okay, how about we shift a little bit?
Look who I brought with me.
I got one right behind me too, up there.
I don't see him.
I got a bunch of them right here.
Oh, the other little screen is covering him. Oh, there he is.
Yeah. Okay. So last week we kind of got into a little bit of like how you got into Animal Crossing and The week before, I got into my whole history of Animal Crossing and how I got into it. We were supposed to do something a little different this week. We're going to put a pin in it because I kind of would like to let people know what we're going to do. So this way, if they want to do it too, they can do it and kind of know what we're talking about. Because I don't want to say spoilers. So I'm going to basically tell people, you have a week to figure this out. Because I'm assuming...
Because I want to talk a little bit about it on this episode for like 3 seconds. So you go.
So, well, the thing is will you be... You're going to be okay to record next week, no problem, right?
Yes, we're back on Tuesday from our trip. Right, and so then Wednesday shouldn't be an issue, yeah.
And if it is, we can go Thursday, no big deal. So... For those that don't know, there was an Animal Crossing anime movie that was put out years ago. Chelsey didn't know about this last week.
No, I don't. I really don't think many people do know.
No, I don't think many people do either. There is a subtitle version of it. The only problem is I can't find it other than in parts. Like the link that I sent you is only like part 1, and it's probably like 10 minutes long. So you gotta watch
17 minutes.
Okay, 17 minutes. So you have to watch these like clips broken down, not actually watch the whole thing in one run. Which is
okay, Bobby. I'm gonna interrupt real quick.
Oh God.
Are you saying there's a non-subtitled English voiceover?
No,
oh, okay.
No.
There's just a non-subtitle.
It's all subtitles. There's a Japanese version, and then there's the version I sent you.
Yeah. No, I get it now.
I did find one that was real hokey. That was like totally ripped off. Like it was, you had a thing going on with a picture-in-picture and the small. And I'm like, I don't want to watch it like that. If I'm going to watch it, I want to at least watch it on a bigger screen if I can, at all possible. But I'll keep looking. If I find a better version of it, I'll send it to you. But essentially, so there's this Animal Crossing anime. I found it on Vimeo. I think it was Vimeo. Vimeo, I think is actually how you pronounce it, whatever. Doesn't matter. I'll actually leave a link in the description for people. So anybody wants to watch it with us, along with us, next week we're going to have a conversation about it, talk about it, what we like, what we didn't like, all that stuff, and go in about it. But, so I had told Chelsey about it last week, and she was like, oh my God, I want to see this thing. I've never heard about it.
Which I instantly regretted when I started watching it.
Why? You don't like it?
God, it's so painful.
It's kind of I will say this. It's something that I feel like as an Animal Crossing fan you want to consume. But it does get better. I will say that. It does get better.
So my problem is I don't have a lot of time to watch TV. Mm-hmm. But I do watch a ton of TV because I watch TV while I edit. Mm-hmm. Because I'm a photographer, so I have 2 screens. I usually put Netflix on one and I edit on the other, and I'm listening and watching, but I'm not totally focused on it.
You can't do that.
Like, I can't do that because it's got subtitles, right? So I'm like, I have to commit to this stupid movie now that I've committed to. What if 7 parts? Let's just see. I think the first one is 17 minutes. Yeah. Oh, it's 13.
Okay.
I exaggerated a little. Okay. Felt like 17.
You could watch 1 episode a day. You can view it as an episode, and you can watch 1 per day.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try and watch on the plane and going to Toronto.
There you go.
But I'll have a kid on my lap, and I'm pregnant.
The kid's gonna go to sleep at some point.
Yeah.
You can throw the kid on Sean's lap. This is more important. I know. Sean,
he might be interested in like watching it because it is a cartoon. We'll see. Yeah. I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna do my best, Bobby. Just Worst case, I will watch most of it.
Okay, give it a shot. See what you can do.
I'll fake
it. Well, the other problem is I don't know if you'd be able to watch it on the internet or on the plane. Cause you need internet. Yeah. So that's not going to work. You could try. Whatever. We'll figure that out. So there's that. That's number 1. So what I wanted to do with this episode, though, is since we weren't able to really do... Because I wasn't able to really watch it. I have watched it in the past, but I wanted a refresher on it because I haven't seen it in years. But ultimately, I just wanted to kind of talk about 2 things. One, you being under the weather. I didn't really want to do a super long episode tonight, so this might be a little bit shorter than what's typically going to be on the agenda. But that said, I wanted to talk about like some people that you've gotten into Animal Crossing. Like we discussed last time how we got into Animal Crossing, but I want to know like, and I want to discuss like people that you've gotten into the game in your past. So I don't. Has it been more than one that you've gotten into this game?
I think so. So my sister was the first one. She was easy because she just, she's 6 years younger than me.
Okay.
She wanted to do everything I was doing.
Because what I was thinking was you tell one, I'll tell one, you tell one.
Sure.
Okay, so you go first. Tell your story about your sister.
So there's not really much to tell. My sister, I think, watched me play. She was like 15.
Mm-hmm.
And I was probably in my 20s. And she just, like, it was like we talked about last episode. It was neat to go, like, if you play, we can kind of, like, play together without playing together.
Yeah.
And so that's how I sold her on it. She's still into it. So she's 28 now.
And she still plays it?
I'm pretty sure she has New Leaf. I'm almost positive.
Okay.
So she's not a big gamer. Like, she games very little now, but, like, she'll get into certain things. And Animal Crossing was something she stuck with for sure.
That's the thing with a lot of people where Animal Crossing does one of two things. It either attracts like a hardcore gamer, or it attracts a very casual gamer and actually just makes them hardcore for Animal Crossing.
I agree.
Tony was like that when, up until, for whatever reason, she got on the Fallout kick, because after she heard you platinumed it, she wanted to do the same thing. Yeah. She, like, never had played anything other than Animal Crossing around me. Like, we would play Mario Kart occasionally. She might jump into a little bit of Mario and stuff, but, like, for the most part, it was Animal Crossing, and that was her hardcore game. Like, no lie, 1,000 hours on New Leaf.
Oh, that's great. Like, I'm pretty impressed with my 300 plus hours.
Yeah. There's a guy, and I'm sure at some point he'll listen to this. His name's Jim Claridia. I believe I pronounced your name wrong. I apologize for that, Jim. But he's in my Facebook group. And this guy is like 4,000 hours.
How?
I don't know how.
No idea. Got time for that.
And he's got a Japanese version as well with a bunch of hours.
Wow.
So he
I gotta do some quick math there.
Yeah, he's really super dedicated. I put...
That's 167 days.
Yeah, man.
Constant.
Yeah. I put 600 plus hours into mine.
That's impressive too.
When I play that game, I just lose myself, and I can't wait really for it to finally, hopefully, hit the Switch so I can just stream it all the time. Because that's what I'm gonna do. I will just come home every night, pop on the stream, and just fish and do stuff. But whatever. So. You talked about your sister last time. I talked about Tony, the very first episode, about me getting her into it. And it was more or less like I had the GameCube version. She bought me the Wii for Christmas. And I was like, hey, we could play GameCube games in this Wii. So you should really check out this, Animal Crossing game. And then she just got hooked big time on it. And actually, she got hooked so much that I turned around and grabbed the DS and started playing Wild World a little bit. And then I actually just fell down a rabbit hole with Wild World for a bit. But that was my first person that I got into the game. Who's someone else that you got into the game?
So I just recently got Johnny Casino into it.
He's gonna fall off quick.
You think so? I don't know. So he sends me messages to the point where I get confused because we talk about, like, we're pretty good friends.
Yeah.
And so, like, we'll talk about stuff all the time. It's like our kids, our spouses, our money, or whatever. Mm-hmm. And so he sent me a message yesterday, and it was like, all right, so I just paid off my $98,000 debt, and I took out another loan. I'm like, dude, that doesn't even make sense. Like, why would you do that?
Yeah.
And then, like, 20 minutes later, he's like, I'm talking about Animal Crossing, right?
God.
I'm like, I didn't click with that. I really thought you were telling me about your financial situation. So, I don't know. Like, he's sending me messages about it. So, I can't remember. I think I mentioned that I was doing this show with you.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, well, how are you going to do a whole show on Animal Crossing? I'm like, honestly, I don't know. It's Bobby and me. We can talk Animal Crossing all day long.
Exactly.
And he's like, well, what's so good about this game? And, like, we talked about last episode. I'm like, you got to play it. Talking about it doesn't really work, especially to certain people.
Yeah.
And I know John, he's a bit of a... I I don't know the word. I don't want to say pessimist because that's not right. But he's like, he doesn't believe it. He wants that action-packed game. Like Fallout wasn't for him. I couldn't get him on Fallout.
Yeah.
And so finally, he's like, all right, I'm in a store right now. I'm buying it. I'm like, oh, he got his 3DS out and he bought the game, and he's been messaging me about it.
That's a good sign.
See. He messaged me. I think it was today that he got a fishing rod finally. So I think like that'll be, pun intended, a game changer.
Possibly, because then it starts to open up stuff. Because you start to make money. You know what I mean? Like, and that's the thing. Once you start making money and you start figuring that game out. See, unfortunately, sadly for him, he's kind of in no man's land right now. And what I mean by that is nobody's playing it. Like, there's a small pocket of people that are playing it.
Does that matter?
Well, because I feel that game, what's really good about that game is the ability to get help from people when you need help.
And I never used that.
If you need fruit, going to someone else's town and getting a piece of fruit and planting your own trees and like, it's going to be weird. I'm going to be honest with you. It's going to be weird playing Animal Crossing without Tony here, because we would always bounce stuff off of each other, and I would just be like, "Hey, I need this. Do you have it?" And she would check her store, and she would like. We would always help each other. If I was going for...
I feel like I never played that way.
Oh, my God. If I was looking for a certain style of furniture, I would tell her, like, I'm looking for this. If you see it, let me know. And then she would go check her store and be like, hey, Bobby, I got this. I bought it for you today. Come get it whenever you want. And then she'd open her gates, and I would go in. I'd get the piece. I'd go back. Or if she was looking for stuff, she would tell me. Especially, like, if I was in a situation where... Because I would go online a lot and get friends and play with friends that way. And then I would gather fruit from them and then come back and I'd be like, hey, I grabbed an extra pear for you. I grabbed an extra this. I grabbed an extra that. And then... Because we like to, like, just plant various trees. Because you never know if someone's going to come to you and be like... Tony was the type of person who was a task player. So, if someone was just like, hey... I need this fruit. She had it now, so she could go grab it and take it to them stuff.
I had all the trees. I feel like I did that right at the beginning. Like I went and got like one of every fruit and planted it, and then like I'm a gardener, I guess. Is maybe I'm not a tasker.
Yeah.
I like to fish, but man, I really like to garden. Like I spend a lot of time like decorating my town with like trees and flowers and. But yeah, the trees, like I made sure right from the start, and I guess I just. Because I did it all at the beginning. Because then once you have it, you can just keep replanting, right? And then you're good to go.
Well, I don't want to get too out of control.
Yeah.
Because that's the only thing is, like, I'm trying to stay focused on what we talk about.
It's
because
tough with this game.
I know. Because the problem is you start to go down these things, and then in week 6, I'm just like, I don't talk about. We talk about everything. So it's kind of hard to keep the train on the track sometimes. But Johnny, I think, is in, at least for me, he's in a peculiar situation because it's like, if you do want to play with friends, a lot of friends aren't playing it.
You're playing it. I'm playing it. You're playing it.
I'm not playing it right now.
But if I messaged you and said, hey, can you help me out here? I need this for John.
Yeah.
You would totally jump on and be like,
I'll be honest with you. I'm not even going to lie. I've been like this close 3 times of transferring my 3DS over to my new 2DS Zelda, Hylian Shield Zelda 2DS, and starting to play again. I've been that I'm just like.
So this is my point. If I would be that like push over the edge for you to be like, all right, Chelsey needs me.
The only thing that's holding me off is because I did. So what happened to me was when City Folk came out, I burned myself out on Wild World. So when City Folk came out, I wasn't really into it that much. And I don't want to do that with a Switch version. I want to be able to just get back in like I did with New Leaf and just absorb it.
Yeah.
But my luck, they won't bring this thing out for like another 5 years and I'll be killing myself. You know what I mean?
Do you think it's going to... No, we'll talk about that later.
We'll talk about another... But anyway. So the other person that I would say, like I said, I brought a couple people in. My niece. So she was God. So Tony and I were playing City Folk, and I bought my nephew a Wii for Christmas. The same. So Tony buys me a Wii for the very first Christmas we're together. But what happened was, I bought my nephew a Wii for that same Christmas, and I bought it off of someone on eBay for like $500.
Oh my God!
So
Bobby, no.
Oh yeah. So she saw me buy it. She went to the same guy and bought mine for me. So because I had like a few of them, he was a scalper. Obviously, he was a scalper.
God.
And so $1,000 in Wii's that Christmas.
Oh my God.
One for my nephew, one for me. So when Animal Crossing came out, Tony and I were like, we're in. And my nephew and my brother and everybody was just like, we need games we could play together, like, you know, because this was kind of like, the Wii was obviously the beginning of like Nintendo embracing the online stuff a little bit. We were playing Mario Kart together online, and then Animal Crossing comes out, and I'm like, hey man, get this Animal Crossing. I tell my brother this, and he's like, all right, I'll get it. And then we're playing, and then like I'd open the gates, and my niece would come into town. She can't, at the time, she couldn't read. She was like 4, maybe 5. So she would come to the town, and we had the Wii Speak. So like it was kind of cool because it was like I'm getting to hang out with my niece, but they lived in North Carolina, so it was like she's 10 hours away from me, but I still get to spend some time with my niece. It's kind of cool. And then like it was funny because my brother would get pissed at me because I would tell her like, Ashlyn, you can't run around. Don't run through my town. Because I had flowers all over the place, and like everything was perfect. I had paths. I'm like, you gotta stay on the path. You can't do this. You can't do. And my brother's like, dude, you're spending time with your niece. Like, knock it off, dude. Stop like telling her what she can and can't do. And I was like, well, then let's go to your town, man, because I don't want you to destroy my town. So I would go to her town and like no grass, just dirt everywhere. And I was like, because they just ran the grass into the ground. And but I would just like, it was so funny because we got her so hooked on it that when New Leaf came out, she was texting me and was like, Uncle Bobby, can you get me a 3DS and Animal Crossing for my birthday or whatever? And I was like, when it hits, you got it. Don't worry about it. So I bought her like a pink 3DS, and then I got her I bought her Animal Crossing as well. And
man, I need an uncle like you in my life.
Oh my God. Dude, I used to spoil the hell out of them kids. Not so much anymore, but I did. And it's funny because, real quick tangent, when I got the Alexa, I bought the new Alexa, and then I bought a couple of plugs in the house. And I sent her a video clip of me talking to Alexa to turn my studio light on. And she's like, that is so cool. She's like, you're living in the future. She's a junior in high school now, right? And she's like, that is so amazing. You're living in the future now. And I'm like, I am. I was like, I want this. I'm going to do like a thermostat and all that. So she's like, I need that in my life. And I'm thinking to myself, the hell is a junior in high school going to do with an Alexa? And I was like, do you really want one? She said, yes. All right, I'll buy you one. I'll send it down to you. And she's like, oh my God, thank you so much. And I haven't got around to do it yet, but
that's really funny.
But she's like, I told her mom, and her mom's like, she'll just lay in the bed all day, turn the lights on, turn the lights off. Yeah.
I don't know. I can't live without my Google Home anymore.
Pretty amazing. I'm because the studio light is hooked to it, because the way the plug is behind the umbrella, and I can't get around behind there to turn it on, turn it off. So I was like, you know what? This is just a pain. Let me just hook it to it. So every day as I'm getting ready to come back here and record, as I'm walking through the living room, I'm like, Alexa, turn the studio light on. And I come back, it's already on. I'm like, this is the best thing ever. So yeah, I got her hooked on the game and got her playing on it and stuff. So it was a lot of fun to play with her. Who else? Did you get anybody else hooked on it?
I can't remember if I started Sean on it or if he already was into it. I feel like I probably got him into it. I feel like he got New Leaf and when I got it. And I'll have to ask him that.
He gets pretty into it though, right?
Yeah, he definitely like got into it and then like fell off hard.
Yeah. Because Sean to me seems like I get the vibe with him sometimes where like he gets into something and then he's just like, all right, I'm bored now, I'm out, and just drops it. I think it's
less about being bored and more about like
on to the next toy.
I need to play something else. Like he doesn't like games that don't end because
then
he can't complete it and move on.
Yeah, that is a little different with all that, and you would think. I'm trying to think if there's anybody else that I got playing it. Like I know that I tried to get my mom into it, and she was very close. I think that if Nintendo puts one out on the Switch, I could definitely get her into that one. Because she's more into games now that she's retired. Like, she's always playing, like, Farmville and stuff. And I'm like, Animal Crossing is so similar, but better, that I think that she could really, like, lose her time, like, her life on that thing.
One day I want to talk about Animal Crossing versus Harvest Moon.
Okay, we can do that. I don't know too much about Harvest Moon, but I can do. I
don't know a ton about it either, but I actually wouldn't mind like playing it for purposes.
I think Stardew Valley's a lot like Harvest Moon.
I haven't played that one, but Sean really liked that one. He says I would like it.
Yeah, I don't think there's many other people that I got into. Like I said,
it's a tough game to get people into,
and that's the thing. Like and that's what I wanted to kind of talk about too. Like, how do you even approach it? That's the hard thing. Like the crazy thing is, like, I know there's so many people that I'm friends with that are into it. Like, I know Adam Leonhardt is a big Animal Crossing fan. Like, both Adam and I were at E3 this year, and we both were like, oh, you believe they didn't announce Animal Crossing? And I was like, I know, man. And it's weird. Like, I know Zach Erickson from the Nintendo Dads, he's big into it. Like, there's so many people I know that are huge into Animal Crossing. And it's like, but it's almost like, how do you tell people that aren't into Animal Crossing, you got to get into this game? It's not one of these, like, knock it out the park, like, moments.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, with Fallout. You know what I mean? Like, you're like, oh, when you come up out of that, when you come out of the shelter the first time and you see everything, it's like just a moment, you know what I mean? Or like Zelda, when you come out of the cave the first time, and it like just pans the sky, and it's like, oh my god, this is gorgeous, this is amazing. And then as you're doing stuff, it's just like, all this cool stuff is popping up. There's no moment. I don't
like Zelda.
You didn't like Breath of the Wild when you came out of the cave? Stop it.
I've tried so hard to like this game.
This is not a Zelda podcast, so stop it.
I know, but I'm trying. I just want you to know that I am trying. Okay, every time I pick up my Switch, I'm like, I need to play this, and I can't. It's just so boring.
All right, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear about this because that breaks my heart. But for me, it's like you have these moments, and it's like there's not those moments.
No.
In Animal Crossing.
And like the graphics aren't good. Like you can't really like sell it on graphics. Well,
and that's the thing. Like the graphics would, like, when you look at Mario. I mean, obviously played the Mario Kart Animal Crossing track.
Oh yeah, it's one of my favorites.
It's gorgeous, right?
Yeah.
And I just think to myself, like, if that's the next Animal Crossing game, like, please, I just want to stop my cart and jump out and start running around town. I'm like, I can care less about this stuff, man. I just want to go do all this stuff. It's just craziness. But, like, for me, that's what I look at, and I go, like, that at least starts to look better. And that's the one thing I will say, like, each iteration gets better and better and better.
But it's still, like...
It's still chibi. It's still
graphics, you know. But I mean, that's what Animal Crossing is, and you have to know it and love it already to respect it and understand it.
Yes, I agree.
But if you've never played an Animal Crossing game and you see a commercial for it, you're gonna be like, "What is this garbage?"
Yeah, you're not gonna want to play it. You're just gonna be like,
"Yeah."
And that's the one thing that I always say, like when they've always showed it at like an E3, nobody gets excited for it.
It's crazy.
Animal Crossing fans get excited. One person
in the audience going like, "Woo!"
I know. Like people like, okay, let me check that. Animal Crossing fans fall in love with it. But if you're not an Animal Crossing fan, it's just like, oh, this is so stupid. And it's like, it's weird because, like, I remember when New Leaf came out, or they started announcing New Leaf, and like you would start to see these little teasers of like these little things they were doing, like the swimming and all that, and it was just like, oh my god. I'd run home and tell Tony, like, I'd be like, we gotta watch this trailer, and she'd be like we were losing our minds, and I'm like, if we showed anybody else this in the world, they'd be like, you two are morons. You need to get checked into a psychiatric ward. Like, this is dumb as hell. Like, what are you talking about here? So it's kind of different. But that's the thing. Like, I was thinking, like, how could you even have a conversation with Johnny Casino to be like, you need to play this? Like,
it's tough. Yeah, it really is. Yeah. Especially, like, if I could, like... No, even then, I was going to say, if I could play it and show him, like, in person, played it. But I feel like even that couldn't sell it. Like, you have to be the one playing it.
There's nothing that you can't sell that game.
No.
You just can't sell it.
Especially to someone who's already like, I don't know.
Yeah. It's like, what do you do? Let me go to a Bass Pro Shops and be like, you like to fish? You'll love this game. You can come check this game out. It's like, no. You know what I mean? Like, please. Like, this is the worst. Like, go into a museum, like, you like these paintings?
Yeah.
I got some paintings for you. And guess what?
You can
actually go talk to this guy Red and see if you can find good paintings or not. And it's like, oh my god, it's crazy to do that. So
we have to talk about that part of the game a little bit too at some point, because I never got into that, but we'll do another
museum
episode.
Or Red?
The painting part.
Oh yeah. We'll definitely get into that stuff. I don't know. I think right now we could probably put a pin in it and stop for this week.
That's good, because I'm slowly not able to breathe anymore.
I don't want to destroy you. I know. I don't want to destroy you. So that is all. Thank you guys for listening to Breaking Bells episode 3 this week. Chelsey, let everybody know where they can find you at on the Twitters and wherever you are in the world.
Well, you can find me on Twitter at Chelsey with a Y, Capri like the Sean 23, and that's really all you're gonna find me there.
Okay.
That's where everything good is.
You can check me out over on NintendoGuru.com. Find everything you need to find over there. Good thing if you're watching the video version of this, and you do want to listen to the audio version, and you're saying to yourself, "Well, I don't have Apple." We are on Google Play now. I think the next step is probably Stitcher will be the next move we go. But we're slowly working our way to get to a bunch of different stuff. So there we go. So that is all. Peace out, Preston. Can I say bye?
Oh, bye. I'm sick, Bobby.
I know, but you're just like standing there staring at the camera.